If you like this video, please click on the like button. Comment with the names of the movies you would like us to cover next. Click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified of our latest creations. We cover 100 movies from around the world every day. To advertise with our channel, reach out to us. Our contact information is on our channel page. Now, let's move to the plot of this movie.
Zift's plot unfolds non-linearly. Although the main story after Moth's release from prison is told chronologically. The events leading to his imprisonment are revealed by means of numerous relatively long and not necessarily chronological flashbacks. The story is presented chronologically here. Quote, Moth is an ordinary guy from Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria. At school, he falls in love with the beautiful Ada, Tanya Ilieva, later nicknamed Mantis. Out of a desire for money, he agrees to work for a shady neighbor known as Slug, Vladimir Penev. The two plot the theft of a black diamond from the white émigré jeweler Vlad the Bijou's house. The robbery ends in failure as Moth is wounded by the bijou and captured by the police. Slug manages to escape and is never charged. There is no trace of the diamond. And as Vlad is killed by Slug during the robbery, the police never get to know of its existence. Single quote. In the Sofia prison, Moth, besides working out to patriotic Soviet music, also befriends his older roommate Van Wurst the Eye, Mikhail Mutafov, so nicknamed because he has been wearing an ocular prosthesis after losing one of his eyes during a robbery in Barcelona. Besides being an avid boxer and arm wrestler, Van Wurst also has his philosophical views on life, such as a theory about the destructive power of women, which he shares with Moth. Shortly before being released, Van Wurst hangs himself, claiming there is no hope outside. While in prison, Moth is informed by Ada that his son Leonid was born and died of lockjaw while still very young. Single quote. As Moth is released from prison afterwards, he picks up his civil clothes and his year-old ball of chewing bitumen from the cloakroom and does not miss the chance to swear at an obnoxious guard, who head-butts him to unconsciousness. Outside, Moth is picked by a warrant officer and a younger soldier who drive him in a Chaika to the baths. In the damp basement of the baths, he is interrogated and tortured by Slug, now a locally influential member of the communist nomenclatura, who believes Moth knows the location of the black diamond. Moth denies and even doubts the diamond ever existed. He later manages to escape, but not before he consumes iridium-poisoned wine offered to him by Slug. Single quote. Wandering drunk and intoxicated around Sofia and seeking his old girlfriend Ada, Moth gets to witness the new socialist reality he had only heard about on the prison radio. The look of the city has changed with the Largo and the Georgy Dimitrov mausoleum. But the nature of the people has remained essentially the same. The protagonist meets a variety of bizarre characters, such as drug-doing medics, weird patients and local drunks. He ends up in the St. Nicholas Church, where he meets the priest who had baptized him, Doko Rozik. The priest points him to Ada's current whereabouts as a performer in a nightclub under the stage name Gilda, a reference to Gilda, as Ada also performs a Bulgarian language version of Put the Blame on Mame. Moth finds Ada, who is now living with Slug, and has sex with her. He later reveals to Ada that he is aware of the diamond's location in Vlad the Bijou's coffin. The two go to the graveyard, where Moth first insists to visit the grave of his son. However, he realizes that it is another Leonid's grave. His mother had been buried in the same grave very recently, and that he never actually had a son. At the same time, he notices Slug standing behind him with Ada, who had apparently betrayed him. The three head to the Bijou's grave. While digging, Moth kills Slug with his pickaxe, but is fatally wounded and stunned by Ada a moment later. Moth wakes up in the gravedigger's shed. Realizing his impending death, he asks for his bitumen in order not to die with a foul breath. Tearing the bitumen apart, Moth reveals the black diamond had been stashed within it for all those years. He swallows the diamond and dies.